part of the DC Standing Rock Coalition. We are made up of indigenous folks from here, Turtle Island, and from Southern Lands.
We're here to protest the name of this place, Columbus Square, the man who is honoring Christopher Columbus and all the people and legacy and acts that came with him.
His legacy has left behind death, has left behind the not only the stolen land, but stolen of languages, cultures, and people. And it still happens to this day, as we see in Standing Rock.
Because all across Turtle Island, people are struggling for the same thing, for subsistence, for water, for land, for food, for the basic necessities in life that are being denied here presently. We stand and we fight for them and say we have the right to live as human beings with dignity and respect.
We also have to remember that water is life. Water is part of us. And if without it, we won't survive.
Okay, my name is Tomas Alejo, and my people are from San Luis Potosí, the Huasteco Tinec people, but also born and raised in California, and have been in ceremony out there and building relations with my California family, with the Miwok, the Chumash, the Loni people of the West Coast.
My name is Landis Pulido. I'm from Los Angeles, California. My people are from Michoacán, Puebla.
I'm Maria Alejandra Salas Baltano. I am grew up here in Virginia, but my peoples and myself are from Peru. Lima, Peru, Chepén, Peru, La Libertad. And I'm here to stand with not only Standing Rock, but to really build bridges across struggles, across communities, and to come together as a coalition, a big coalition here in DC, and move forward, build together, and really bring our young people in as well, and give space to all to speak and to share and to heal together.
We also want to bring forward all our brothers and sisters and our family and siblings, elders who have passed. Not only our Native elders and our Native family, but all who have lost due to state violence. We are also standing in solidarity with Black Lives Matter and all the other struggles around the country with immigration, mi gente, all the folks who are here present with us. We want to say thank you for their solidarity and also stand with them.
This morning was a wreath laying ceremony in celebration by Christopher Columbus that was hosted by the city here of District Columbia. So we're here today to tell us, for us, it's not a celebration, but it's a day of sadness because it represents the genocide that befell upon indigenous people of this continent, starting from the Caribbean onto this land, to this part of the northern continent, to down to Central and South America. It impacted everywhere. Not Christopher Columbus himself, but the legacy that he left behind in the mind frame that they could come and exploit, enslave, murder, rape, and destroy nations that were here. So we're here to stand up in resistance and proclaim our dignity, our respect, to say for indigenous people, Columbus represents the opposite. It represents death and genocide.
Give me a vision of a future you'd like to see.
What do I envision? How do I want to breathe? The air that I want to take in. You know, in terms of being able to not only take care of our beings and our bodies, but it's part of taking care of our land in order to breathe deeply and feel deeply and feel each other collectively. Something that we can do by listening to one another, listening to our elders, and really unpacking so much history that's been suppressed and has been on the back front. And so that's something that I would love to this is part of it, because I think a lot of times, you know, when we're suppressing so much of what we have to offer, it creates silence. And through song and through voice and through action, we're part of that voice. And that's something that as a whole creates collective unity, humbleness, love, light, and power. And being able to do that across oceans, across borders, across nations, is something that is happening already so beautifully. But when we see it every day, it's like, oh, it's in our everyday foresight. It's in our everyday step.
There's a rich history of resistance that has happened in this community, but also there's also indigenous communities that have been here all along. You know, in particular the Piscataway. We're standing on Piscataway land right now, We do recognize their chief, Billy Tayak, and the whole Tayak family, but also all the indigenous tribes around the local area were not disappeared, although history books want us to believe that. Families are still intact, traditions are still intact, even parts of languages are still intact. And there's people reclaiming, rediscovering those connections again, and bringing the beautiful history of the Washington, D.C. area alive. There's also a strong coalition between all the different communities that I just mentioned. We have been working in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, with different groups here in the Washington, D.C. area to bring justice on all issues, not just on indigenous environmental issues, but on issues of social justice, race justice, the criminalization of our young people, the incarceration of our young people. That is all part of the struggle. You can't separate the different things from environmental to incarceration to juvenile justice to social justice. It's all part of the same fabric.